Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's video. If you've been keeping up with this, we are on week 4 of the What is Love series, and today we're going to be talking about not boasting and not being prideful. Now, we're going to look at both definitions real quick, and we'll find very quickly that both of these just kind of come together. To boast, according to the dictionary, is to talk with excessive pride and self-satisfaction about one's achievements, possessions, or abilities. Pride, the definition of pride is the quality of having an excessively high opinion of oneself or one's importance. So both of these go hand in hand. Pride is basically, you feel all these things about yourself and how good you are and how great you've done everything, and boasting is basically voicing that out to other people. And there's two sides, I think, to this, and you have the one side that is just, they really truly think that much about themselves, and they want everybody to know how great they are and all the things that they've achieved, and to put people down and make them feel like less of a person because they're just awesome. And then you have the other side, and I'll be honest with you and be very transparent. The side that I have struggled with personally is when you do not feel the best about yourself and you achieve something and you feel like no one is paying attention to you, and you don't think that anybody has recognized, or at least they haven't vocalized, that they've seen anything change in you, or that they haven't noticed any of your accomplishments. It's very easy to slip into boasting and talking about yourself, and to try and bring up things that you've done, things that maybe you've grown in, or things that you've gotten away from, and just wanting people to see the value in you. And even though it's coming from a different place, it's coming from a different reason, it's still boasting. It's still pride that is getting in the way. And what it really boils down to there is caring so much about what people think. And that's on both sides. Whether you think you're just the most awesome person in the world, or if you don't think you're that great, and either way, you end up boasting and you're prideful. In 1 Corinthians, where we're basing this whole series off of, all of these things are things that should be or should not be for love. So in the beginning, we had love is patient, love is kind, and then we move into what love is not. Love does not envy. Love is not jealousy. Love does not envy. Love does not boast and is not puffed up or proud. So we can't have these things in our life. And I'm not saying that they're, I've got the roadmap to it, and I've got everything here that we're talking about in this series completely 100% figured out. There are days that I struggled with this, and there's days that I don't at all. And I think what we have to do with all of these, every single topic that we're covering in this series, we have to just recognize that there's the problem and take it to the cross, take it to Jesus, take it to God, and let the work begin. As we go here to James chapter 4, verses 6, it says, "But he gives us more grace. That is why Scripture says God opposes the proud, but shows favor to the weak." So if I'm proud, if I'm boastful, God is opposing me when I'm doing those things. It is against God's nature when we're doing those things. But this is not to condemn anybody, because the very next thing that it says in James, if you go to verse 7, it says, "Submit yourselves then to God. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. So see, there's always an answer there. You're never lost. You're never too far gone. There's never something in your life that God can't work out or can't change about you and can't help you grow. But we have to recognize when we have a problem. We have to recognize when we're stepping outside of what God has called love. And when it comes to boasting and pride, and even going back to last week when we talk about envy, it's all about people. It's always about people. The reason is people. The reason we want to boast is because of people. Whether we feel awesome or we don't feel awesome, it's because we want people to recognize us and what we're doing. When we envy, it's because of people and not focusing on God. And that's what we really have to do here. We focus on God. We take away these things. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope that it makes you think. If you have any questions or you want to share stories, or you just need someone in your corner to help you, please reach out to me. Send me either comment on this video on YouTube, or you can send me a personal message on Facebook. I hope you guys have a great week. I'll see you next Friday.